All right, it's hot. There's a heat wave here in Southern California. We just live a few miles from the beach, and normally we have a nice ocean breeze, but there's like no breeze happening, which makes it a lot hotter, and we're not used to it. We're very spoiled here. So I know for you guys, 76, 78, 80 is not hot, but for us here, where we're used to the nice cool ocean breeze and overcast weather, yeah, it's really hot. So what I wanted to share with you today is 9 or more, and maybe more because I'm always changing my mind or adding new things, of our favorite homeschool resources. So I'm excited to share with you our favorite homeschool resources. So let's get to it. But before I forget, because I know I'm going to forget, because I already almost did forget and had to insert this in right now, is that I am Xuan from the Homeschool Front blog, and this is my YouTube channel, Life in the Trenches, where I share all things about our homeschool life. So the first thing I wanted to share with you, which we don't have right now, is insect lore. And insect lore is a bug kit basically that you can order online, either through their website or on Amazon. I do have an affiliate link with Amazon down below if you're interested. But insect lore, we've gotten the butterfly kit. We get that every year. Usually that's how we start our school year off, is with a butterfly kit. And we also have gotten the praying mantis kit, which was pretty cool. Praying mantises are cool, but then I think our chickens ate all the little baby ones. So that didn't last very long. And then the ladybug kit. And ladybug's beneficial insect for your garden, so that was fun to grow. And we didn't know what the ladybug larva looked like, so it was very interesting to see it. And so our neighbor had one on her orange tree, and she freaked out. She thought it was like some insect that was going to destroy her orange tree, and we were able to identify it and let her know, and like, oh no, that's going to become a ladybug. And so next, what I really love is universal yums. Now, I don't have a kit with me today because my kids already devoured it. I think our last kit that we got was from Indonesia, but I did want to share with you what we got from our Turkish box, which is, I haven't used it yet, but they sent us a Turkish coffee maker, which is so fun and so cool, and I can't wait to make coffee with it, even though I don't drink coffee much like I used to, but I'm excited to try it out. And I feel like the Universal Yums boxes, because we get the big one, I feel like they kind of upped their game. Like, we've been getting a lot of cool things that we can keep. It's not just food and drinks. It's something like in the Indonesia box, we got a game, and then I think in the Taiwan box, we also got a game as well. So it's exciting to get things that we can actually use from other countries. So next, I'm going to break out our little travel gaming bag. And what I love here are story cubes. So if you're not familiar with story cubes, they're basically dice with pictures on them, and you roll them, and you create a story based on whatever those pictures represent. So it's really fun to take with you when you go on road trips, you go camping, you're out to eat and you're waiting for your food and your kids are kind of getting grumpy because they're hungry. You break out these story cubes and you start playing them, and there's different kinds too. There's ones that are off-brand as well that you can get, and they're cheaper, but we like the story cubes because the boxes are really well made, and we used to have more, but they've gotten lost over the years because we've had them for quite some time. When I last looked online, there's like even more than what they used to have. So it's kind of exciting. I think I'm going to get some more story cubes to add to our collection. And then next are these Dover coloring books. So whenever we do like deep dives or unit studies, I try to find a coloring book that kind of relates to whatever we're studying. So when we studied about the Ice Age, or when we studied about the Norse gods and goddesses, I try to get these coloring books. And because I have more than one child, I will print them off and have my kids color on them. Sometimes I'll let them actually color in the book. So these ones, obviously, they did not color in them, but in other books they have. I used to use these with my students when I was a history teacher. Coloring is very relaxing, and also you're learning at the same time. So it's a win-win situation here. Talking about another double duty item are our placemats. So let me pick you up here and take you over to this side of the room. Now I have some more in our kitchen, but I'm going to share with you what we have here. They are these placemats here. So we have a variety of them covering different subjects. And what's great is that it's kind of like covert learning, right? Like put these down on your dining room table, put your kids' food on top of them, let them have at it, and they're learning even when they're not meaning to learn because you just can't stop yourself from reading. Like if there are words there or there's pictures there, you're gonna look at it. If there's numbers there, you're gonna count. So this is really an awesome learning tool to have, these placemats. And then some of them do have like on the back, you can do some learning, but we don't really do that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't think my kids, I guess maybe my kids have done it in the past, but for the most part, they just look at the front and that's good enough. Next, I'm gonna bring you back over here. Our crazy messy house right now. Next is letters from afar. We get a few different letter subscriptions, but letters from afar is one we've had the longest. It's something that I love truly because the art is just beautiful and you get to travel around the world without actually leaving your house. And we keep all of ours in this binder here, and I have them separated by country, or not by countries, by continents. And like I said, we've been longtime readers, so we just love using letters from afar. We can easily incorporate it with our Universal Yums box because like when we were studying about Turkey, when we got the Universal Yums box from Turkey, I was able to pull out our letter from Istanbul out and we were able to read that. So it kind of makes connections there for the kids. I like that. I like when we can connect different topics and different resources. Weave things together. It just makes learning so much more interesting and have so much more depth to it. Another resource that I absolutely love, as you can tell, we have quite a few right here, is Honest History. And so, as you know, there is no perfect history curriculum. There is no perfect curriculum out there at all. And with all history curriculums that I've looked at, I've always had to supplement. And so I like to supplement our curriculum with Honest History, and we are longtime readers as well. And this is their latest issue from the Battlefront, and it's a quarterly magazine, and I have made a video about it, so you can check that out. I'll leave that link down in the description for you. But you know, you just learn about topics that you don't normally learn, like the night witches. Like I had no clue about the night witches. I know a lot about World War II, but I don't know everything about World War II because there's just so many elements to it. And so the night witches were one of them. And so it's exciting to read about other perspectives and other stories that we don't commonly hear about in history. Also in our little trusty travel bag, favorite homeschool resource are Mad Libs. Now we have a ton of these all around the house. My boys are constantly doing Mad Libs. And we even have this fake one called Mind Libs. And this one was really cool, which is from Letters from Camp. We got this when we were camping. And Mad Libs are great because you're doing, you're learning grammar and you're laughing your butt off at the same time. Like what's not so awesome about that? Make homeschooling fun again, please. And then talking about making homeschooling fun again is dice. Dice will make homeschooling fun again. Dice will turn any subject you have into a game. Dice will turn any whatever your kids are struggling with into a game. Like dice, you can turn anything into a game. You can have a math game, a language arts game. Just be creative about it. Think outside the box and see how you can use dice. I just break those out and my kids are having a blast. I don't know, there's something about rolling dice that just gets them so excited. So we love dice. And then also bananagrams. Now we don't play the traditional way. I use these with my youngest kids just to, learn how to spell and to read. And so this is just a fun way learning how to read. Turn it into a game because sometimes doing things out of a book or a workbook can get kind of boring. And flashcards are not our friends. At least maybe it's your friend, but it's not my friend. And then the number one best resource out there in the homeschooling world is the library. The library is your best friend. And it's free for one. You don't have to buy all the books. We really haven't bought any books in a long time. It's nice having the library and having a good ones nearby. Also get free online resources like using Hoopla You can get movies and documentaries and music and so much more. Books, obviously, and then audiobooks and like ebooks, stuff like that. And then also our library gives us access to Skillshare for free. And so my son wants to learn how to use Photoshop, so he can take a free class on Skillshare and learn from experts on how to use Photoshop, which I think is awesome. But if you're interested in learning more about why I think the library should be every homeschooler's best friend, make sure you check out this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.